Hey everybody, this is not Glenn, this is Ian actually, and I'm making a video that I've kind of want to make for a while now. If you're someone who's going through the back catalog of Glenn's videos, a little under half a year ago Glenn passed away. Everything has moved really quickly since then. It still feels like about 2 weeks ago. I just wanted to make something that said thank you, provided some of the facts, and provided a kind of closure to this channel. So the facts. As I said, my name is Ian, and I'm Glenn's spouse. You don't really know me. I've popped in very rarely on this channel. When I was involved, I was more likely doing some camera work, filming, throwing things at Glenn, dropping stuff onto his head. Basically just the things that Glenn couldn't do all by himself. Glenn died on August 26, 2016. He died of, and I apologize if I butcher this, myocardial fibrosis. If you're like me, you're probably going, what's that? Which is a bit complicated, but to the best of my understanding, it means that his heart cells weren't behaving properly and they were making too much collagen, which made his heart stiff, which led him into having heart failure. It's not a well understood condition. It's not very common here in the West. It may have been genetic, and it's very difficult to diagnose before it's gotten to a fairly late stage. Chances of survival tend to be very, very low. Glenn was unaware of his illness, and he spent his last night in a very upbeat, positive mood. He made a video and uploaded it to YouTube for release at a later date, which is why he was still seemingly producing videos even once word started to spread that he had passed away. He went to sleep as normal that night, and then he died without any pain or suffering, which is probably kind of the way Glenn would have liked it. There's nothing he disliked more in life than the thought of becoming feeble or dependent and suffering for a long time. So if there's a ray of sunshine to all that, it was that at least he went in a way he would have welcomed. This has been the worst experience of my life, but there's been so many people who've made it so much better than it could have been, and I just kind of want to say thank you now to these people. First, to every one of his subscribers, thank you. I have been with Glenn since his earliest days on YouTube, and he was immensely looking forward to crossing the 100,000 mark. It seems a crime that he's not here to have seen that happen when it was so close, but all the same, thank you to everyone who has ever responded to his call to action. A big thank you to everyone who donated to the GoFundMe campaign, and particularly to Ryan Faherty for starting the campaign. I know he ended up taking some flack online from people who thought he was just trying to make a quick buck. He wasn't. Funerals are never cheap, and it was really nice to be able to give him a big send-off like we did. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who commented and posted videos and just shared in your stories of grief online. I know Glenn never really talked about his home life on his videos, and that was kind of reverse was true. He never really talked about his videos to much of his family. So in the days following his passing, his family had very little idea about anything he did online, and being able to sit there with them and show him the videos and the comments, just going through them, was helping that to convey what he did for a living to the members of his family. That was quite a powerful thing. So thank you. Thank you to all of Glenn's New York friends for taking me in during my trip to Comic-Con. I know he was just looking forward to meeting all the YouTubers, and it's a shame he didn't get to do that. Thank you to Shardamus Prime and his wife for spending time with me in New York at the Comic-Con when you're on your holiday. Finally, the biggest thank you is, of course, to Glenn's sometimes collaborator, podcast co-host, and friend Craig Warack, and his husband. Craig was the first person to meet me at the hospital after and take me home and feed me. Craig dealt with almost everything regarding what was happening online. Craig made the video for Glenn's funeral to give everyone there an idea of what was going on. He basically made his home into a reception area for mine and Glenn's family. He did so much, and it's difficult to say just how much I'm thankful to Craig. If I make a call to action in this video, it's just please go to Craig's channel. He's a great customizer. Show him some YouTube love. Thank you, Craig. He'd been asked about his collection since his earliest days in the community online, and he never had a displayed collection. He keeps his figures in little plastic bags with twist tie and in a box, in a closet, and drawers and things. He doesn't have them on shelves. So he'd gone and bought some display cases and was slowly starting to put together his collection that he was going to show in his 100,000th video. But of course he didn't get to finish making his display or make the video. But all the same, he has what he has, and I'd like to show it before, I move or something and they have to come down and it's all forever gone, how he set them up. They're mostly in the same state as he last touched them, but there's been a couple of just vibrations in the room which have knocked something over, and I've done my best to put it back, but I have zero ACBA skills, so it's probably not very good. So finally, just thank you.